Hey everyone, it's Gina and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be fun to talk to you about the new haircut that I just got, why I decided to get such a short trim, and show you some before and after pictures. I'm also going to be sharing what I typically ask for when I go to the salon because I get that question all the time. So not a huge topic today, but I did want to hop in with an extra video this week just to kind of update you with the haircut that I got. So can you guys tell a difference? I went a lot shorter than I typically do. You can definitely tell from the back. So I'm going to go ahead and insert some before and after photos so you can see the difference. This is probably the shortest that I have went in a long time, and I was well overdue. It had been about 6 months since I got my hair trimmed. I was trying to go a lot longer in between my trims because I was trying to actually grow it out, because my hair tends to never really retain its length. I feel like it takes so long to actually grow it out, and I was getting trimmed every 8 weeks, I think, which was just too frequent, I think, to where I was just, staying at the same length all the time, and my hair grows pretty slow anyways, and I have trouble with breakage. So my hair pretty much looks the same from the front, and that's because I usually do a lot for shrinkage. I actually like shrinkage. I like my curls to be a little bit tighter, and so typically my hair looks about the same from the front, but from the back is where you can really tell the difference. I had the stylist cut more of a blunt cut straight across, and I actually wanted her to really even out the bottom, like the hemline, a lot better. I always struggle with my curls kind of growing in a V shape. We usually will cut my hair in a U shape across the back, but it always wants to grow in that V shape. And once the back curls get long, they really get way down and just get stretched out. And so I always struggle with having the point at the bottom. So I just wanted to get that completely cut off at the bottom and kind of start fresh with this shorter look. I feel like it's also really great for summer too, and I restyled it today for the first time, and it felt so good and was so much easier to wash and style. It didn't tangle up nearly as much because when you have that damage on your ends, it tends to want to stick together. Especially if your ends are high porosity like mine, if they have any damage, they always stick together and just create so many tangles. So it just makes washing and styling so much harder. And it was so much easier today. I feel like my wash day time was definitely reduced, and it was just a lot easier to work with overall. So I've done a video before on my channel all about signs that you need a trim and how to tell if you need a haircut and some tips for getting a haircut and stuff, so I will link that down below if you're interested. So my main goals when I went in was to remove the damage on my ends and also really straighten out the back of my hair. I also wanted to sort of get rid of the layers a little bit. I had long layers in my hair, which is basically where the top layer is just a little bit shorter than the rest of the hair. I have low density hair, so I definitely think it helps to have more of a blunt cut to your hair. So that's where they will actually take the scissors straight across and cut straight across versus like slicing into the hair. And I also wanted to sort of reduce the layers in my hair because since it is low density, I find that when my hair is layered, it just looks so thin on the end. So it kind of helps having it all kind of lay all the way down to the bottom, so it looks thicker and not so thin on the ends. If you have lower density hair and you're trying to grow out your hair and it just looks very sparse on the ends, then maybe it's better to just have a shorter cut. I love long hair, but it's summertime. I really wanted to try out a shorter cut, and I'm actually really loving the volume that I have on the ends. It just looks so much healthier. So maybe I'm just not meant to have long hair unless if my hair can get thicker. If it can get thicker, then I feel like I could definitely grow it out, but I don't want to have long hair that has like 4 ringlets hanging down, you know what I mean? So I don't know, just wanted to share that. If you are struggling with thin, low density hair, then maybe try going a little bit shorter instead of trying to grow it so long. So when I went into the salon, I actually styled my hair that morning. I did wash it and style it, which I normally don't do that, but I actually recommend doing that before you go in because then your stylist can see how your hair truly lays. I feel like my stylist was never able to really tell how my hair looked because I always went in with my hair dirty, or I would wash it and not style it before I went. I would go ahead and shampoo it and deep condition it at home, and then I would go in and she wouldn't be able to tell how my hair really looked. That's one of my biggest tips. If you are gonna get a regular wet cut, like a traditional haircut, definitely go in with your hair already styled. So as soon as I went in, she was able to definitely see that V that I was talking about, and she decided to just cut it straight across the bottom dry. So she normally doesn't cut my hair dry. She just snipped it across the bottom dry, didn't brush it out or anything, and then she could see how it was even. So after getting that shape in place, then we went and wet my hair down. She shampooed it, got the product out. and conditioned it, detangled it, and then she went in and did a regular wet cut, which I think helped to kind of even everything back out and just give me an overall trim, because I still needed a trim on the rest of my hair. So I've never actually gotten a diva cut or a curly cut before, because I don't have a stylist that does that around me. I live in a small town, so all the stylists that I've ever been to just do a normal wet cut, which is okay. You can definitely cut curls wet. You probably have heard a lot about dry cuts and curly cuts in particular, and those definitely are great because you can see where each curl lays, so then they're cutting everything even and shaping it. But I don't have a whole lot of hair anyway, so I think it's fine, although it would be awesome to get a curly cut one day. I just don't have a stylist around me that does that I know of at least, so I've always just gotten a regular wet cut. It feels so much better. I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. It just feels so much thicker at the bottom. It's so much easier to manage. I don't have any stringy ends that always drove me crazy. I actually really like how my hair looks in the back now. I was always so self-conscious about how the back to look because I knew it was never even. And I had to do so much more manipulating with it when I was styling it to try and get that back to shrink up more. Like I would have to diffuse it a lot more underneath and stuff, try and style the back up. And right now it's just so much easier. Like I wish I had done it sooner. When I styled and diffused my hair today, I was able to just plop my hair and diffuse the whole time. I didn't have to go underneath with the diffuser and hold it and damage those ends or anything. I was able to just plop it, hover the diffuser. I didn't have to worry about getting a ton of shrinkage, so I didn't have to really touch the diffuser that much to my hair. It was a world of a difference. So I'm not trying to convince you to go out and get a big chop or anything. I just wanted to share my experience in case if you're struggling with some of the same issues that I was having with my ends and what I asked for in the salon. Another thing I did that I think helped the stylist out a lot was I took a picture of the back of my hair and then I drew on it, like I screenshotted it and then drew on it so I could show her where I envisioned the cut happening, so she was able to see what I was talking about and the shape that I wanted. So I don't know if you want to try that. It might help because it's kind of hard to, turn around and show them what you want and show them how much you want off. That was a good way to kind of visualize it. So I never actually did a big chop when I was transitioning my hair. It's been a very slow process. I would say I've probably been transitioning for, I don't know, maybe 3 years now. It's been a really long time, and the last thing that I decided to do was I stopped coloring my hair and I stopped highlighting my hair because I noticed how damaged those highlighted pieces were on my hair. They were so much higher porosity, which made them really hard to deal with. So I just wanted to completely grow out my natural hair, see how healthy it could get. Then I might do like a temporary color one day, but I just wanted to get it back to its natural state. So it's been a slow process of just gradually getting trims, getting that damage cut off. I actually did the My Main Bio hair analysis test. If you haven't seen that video, I will put it down below. But in that hair analysis that I got done, they said that I needed to get 3 inches trimmed off. And they take pictures of your hair under the microscope and everything. And that's how they were able to see how far my split ends went up and where I had that cuticle chipping where the damage was. And that was about 3 centimeters up. So that's quite a bit, that's like 1.5 inches. I don't know if I fully got 1.5 inches cut off when I just got this haircut, but I can definitely tell how much better it feels. And I only have a little bit of the highlights left. Like I think there's a couple through here, maybe 1 inch or so left to grow out. And then I will be completely color and highlight free, and it should be so much healthier. So in that report, they explained how my hair is high porosity. The majority of it is high porosity, but the roots are actually a normal porosity. So that kind of tells me that my hair is naturally a normal porosity, but it's a higher porosity on the links from damage. And that's why I was wanting to kind of grow it out, get it healthier, and hope that it turns back to a normal porosity soon. So that's really it that I wanted to share for today's video. Definitely let me know in the comments if you like this cut, if you like the shorter look. Let me know how long your hair is. Do you have long hair, or do you have shoulder length hair, or do you have like very short hair? I would love to hear. So leave any questions that you have about thin curly hair or low density curls in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer them. And also stay tuned for this Sunday's video because it's going to be all about how to use the Denman brush and comparing using the Denman brush versus not using it in a styling routine. And you'll get to see how I got this look and what products that I used. So that's it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet already, and turn on those post notifications so you will be notified when I upload my next video. Bye everyone.